All right, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today, we are looking at 12 promo cards that have absolutely skyrocketed in value lately, some of which are up over 400%, which is ridiculous. And especially considering promo cards are so readily available, it's interesting to see some of these cards actually growing by as much as they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all 12 of these cards right now and compare how much growth they've seen lately. And before we get into it, I just want to say thank you for all of the support. We are approaching 2,000 subscribers already, which is nuts because I feel like we just hit 1,000. But like I said, we will be hitting another giveaway at 3,000 subscribers. So once we hit 3K, we will do another giveaway for you guys. All you have to do is be subscribed, like the video, and leave a comment down below. Now, jumping into the cards, the first one I want us to look at is the Lucario V-Star, which is the promo card out of the Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box. Now, this is such a gorgeous artwork, incredible looking card. I've always liked this from day dot. I actually have multiple copies of this in my own collection because I just really like the art and I saw the value in it from early on. I bought these for about $2 to $3 each, so they cost me next to nothing. And seeing that these are up over 407%, this card is now valued at $6.68 for market price. Now, when I say I bought them for $2 to $3 each, that is Australian $2 to $3 each, which, you know, in the US would be about $1.50. So I got absolute steals on these cards when I did get them, and now they're seeing some serious gains. I don't know. I've always liked Lucario as a Pokemon, and this one just stood out to me. Crown Zenith is such a cool set. There's so many cool hits in it. I know this is something that's easily pulled, but now that Crown Zenith is starting to dry up, I feel like that's why the Lucario is starting to go, because more people are holding onto their sealed Elite Trainer boxes rather than actually opening them. Now, I know what you're thinking with this video. I probably could have just done a list of Pokemon Center stamped exclusive ETB promos and it would have been fine and they all would have gone up in value and they all would have been worth a ton of money. But I feel like for some people, it is just so hard to get their hands on Pokemon Center exclusive product that not many people are actually able to get these stamped promo cards. Like for me in Australia, it's near impossible to get Pokemon Center stamped promos or Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. So I just wanted to keep it to generic promos that everyone had readily available over the past few years. The next one we're going to talk about is the Mew EX from 151. Again, beautiful artwork, original 151. It's Mew, it's from the 151 set. It's got a good artwork. Everything is going for this card. And again, a few months ago, this was like $13 and it's now sitting at $30. So 123% gain. But if we pull this back even further and have a look, this card was $5 a year ago. So it was a $5 card, which means it's up 504% in the last 12 months. Again, I have one of these in my personal collection. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it because I know the value of 151 and Mew itself as to where this card is going to go. So if you've got this in your collection or you've managed to pick this up cheap, you're probably looking pretty good for the near future. Now, we couldn't have Mew from 151 without having Mewtwo from 151 as well, which is up 292% just in the last 3 months. So in the last 3 months, this went from being a $4 card up to a $16 card. And if we pull it into the 1 year graph like we did with the Mew, it is up 1,000%, which is insane. This was $1.31 March last year, and in February this year, now sitting at $16.73. The Mew has kind of gone up and down a little bit, whereas the Mewtwo has just been straight climbing. And it didn't really happen until sort of the end of October, where it went from $3 and just started to climb and did not look back. But I love the look of this Mewtwo artwork. He's really menacing up above the city, looking down like he's about to blow the whole place to smithereens. But again, just another really cool original 151 artwork. And I'm not surprised that this is doing big numbers, but 1,000%, that's crazy. Sticking with 151 for the minute, we have the Snorlax from the 151 ETB. This one is up 394% in the last 3 months, now sitting at $8.82 for market value, but it was as little as $1.69. So yeah, 394% increase is huge. But again, if you pull it into the 1 year chart, it is up 1,420%, which is ridiculous. It was a 50-cent card last year. 50 cents. You could have bought 50 of these and it wouldn't have even made a dent in your wallet. And now that they're worth, just under $10 each, imagine if you sold 48 of them, where you'd be sitting now. So again, that just shows the power of 151. When it was readily available, now people are struggling to get it, and this card is just going absolutely crazy. Not 151, but an original 151 Pokemon, the Charmander promo card from the Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer box. Again, another one I have in my collection. This card pairs perfectly with the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown. I have the set of the three, and in my binder, they just look so good. And it's no surprise that these cards are all rising in value right now. They are the OG starters. That's what I grew up with. That's what so many people grew up with. And seeing the artworks for these are really, really nice. I actually prefer these three artworks over the 151 illustration rares that we have for Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. I think these are better. And I think over time, we will start to see these grow as they are less readily available. But the thing is, for right now, Stellar Crown's still really easy to get, and those cards are already climbing. What happens when we can't get Stellar Crown anymore? That's when those cards are going to go stupid. And Charmander's seeing its climb now because Obsidian Flames is becoming more and more difficult to get. So this one's only up 144% right now in the last 3 months. But again, 524% up, or 523% up in the last 12 months. So again, when you stretch it out and you look at it that way, it just shows crazy growth. But again, you can pick this up now for $25. A year ago, it was $3.90. So it just shows. The next one is the Galarian Moltres from Sword and Shield. This was a promo card out of tins, I believe. And in the last 3 months alone, this is up 824%, which in a 3-month growth time, that is ridiculous. It went from being a $2 card, less than $2, $1.50 card, all the way up to $14 now. And if I was to make a call after seeing the Galarian Moltres go like this, the Galarian Zapdos and the Galarian Articuno from the exact same tins are probably looking to go next. So if you're looking for an investment play, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, this is just what I can see based off data and based off history. If the Moltres has gone, the Zapdos and the Articuno are probably going to go up too. So 824%. And just out of curiosity, let's have a look. 1900% up in the last 12 months. This card was 75 cents and it's now $17.23. So again, the tins dried up, the product dried up, and the cards rocketed. So yeah, I would be looking at, and I'm probably going to look at purchasing some of the Zapdos and some of the Articuno for when that spike comes as well. Sticking with the legendary birds, the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX, the Stained Glass Birds promo card. This is now sitting at $46 market price when 3 months ago it was $24. That's an 89% increase, which is good. But again, when you pull it into the 1-year chart, it's 168%. Not crazy numbers like we saw with the previous cards, but again, this had a higher price point to start with. I think the artwork is really cool on this one. It's a card that I feel like in 5 to 10 years, people are going to look back and really appreciate how good of a card this was. And it's one that I'm definitely going to be adding to my collection as well. The next 3 on the list are the Charizard promos from the Charizard UPC. Now, these cards were not doing very much for the longest time, and the last couple of months, they have seen some growth. Again, they aren't major growth, but compared to where they were a year ago, you do see 186% on this one, which is, in my opinion, the best artwork out of the 3. It's the one where Charizard is battling Mewtwo. It's kind of the reverse of the Mewtwo V-Star we have in Crown Zenith. I think this is the best out of the 3. The Charizard V, where he's just had the scrap with Venusaur, was up 57% in the last 3 months, which is 175% in the last year, sitting at $15 now, which is still relatively affordable. And then when you go over to the last one, which is probably my least favorite of the set, and you pull it into the 1 year, this one is only up 57%. And arguably so. That's probably right if you would ask me, because I think it's the weakest out of the 3 promo cards. But again, it's Charizard. The product's going to dry up. People love Charizard, and in the future, they're going to look back and want these cards as well. Now, I hate to beat a dead horse, but Charizard is just one of those Pokemon that's always going to be popular and it's always going to be highly valued. This one, the Gold Reshiram and Charizard GX. This is one of the Sun and Moon promos. This one is a really nice gold card, probably one of the nicer gold cards that we've had over the years. And it's up 57% in the last 3 months and 103% in the last year. Now, again, like I said, not crazy percentage gains like some of those smaller cards, but it is because this is a higher price point to start with. It is a $20 card. It's not a 50-cent card like the Snorlax was that people can just buy out a bunch of them and watch the price rise. This one does take a little bit more investment for something to grow. But in the last month, if you have a look, it has popped from $13 up to $22 and now back down to $19. I would probably expect this to go up again in the future. And then the last card on the list for this video is the Umbreon and Darkrai Sun and Moon promo. This one is absolutely incredible. I've been trying to find a decent price on this card everywhere, whether it's eBay and my local card stores and things like that, but I cannot find a decent price that I'm happy to pay for this. I may just have to accept defeat and pay the extra price. But in the last 3 months, this is up 168%. And in the last year, it is up 286%. So you could have picked this up last year for around about 30 bucks. Now it's sitting at 115. So big gains there. This partly has to do with prismatic evolutions and Umbreon coming back to light. People are looking backwards at other Umbreon cards. And that's why you can see in the last sort of 2 to 3 months, massive growth from this card. But with that said, that's everything for this video. I hope you guys like this. It was something a little bit different going over some of the promo cards instead of just regular cards out of packs. But I really enjoyed this video and I hope you guys did as well. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in and I will see you guys next time.